of all, for the sun lovers, as you can see, there's very little cloud in South Wales and southern England. There hasn't been all morning. For those who need rain, I must admit that is just about all of us. There's some rain around in the north at the moment, but by Monday morning there'll even have been some rain down in southeast England. Now, it's all this dark swathe of cloud that's responsible for it, which of course is another frontal system that's moving fairly slowly southeastwards, and it will take until Monday morning to eventually clear the whole country. At the moment it's giving nothing more than a few spots of rain up in the northwest Highlands and the Outer Hebrides, which you can see a few across Ireland as well. In fact, this western and northern part of the whole country is swathed in cloud, not all of it thick, but it's still a fairly dull day and certainly windy up in Scotland, which means for the first of the Five Nations matches in Dublin, at least I think a fairly windy match and fairly cloudy, but it should stay dry, though I wouldn't rule out the odd spot of rain. The eastern side and southern side of the country mainly bright. In fact, a good deal of glorious sunshine at the moment, as you've already seen from the satellite picture in the south, which brings us to another sporting event, the Head of the River race. A week before the boat race, almost ideal rowing conditions. Now, the sunshine in the south actually extends across into the continent, and for most of continental Europe the weather is beautiful. Temperatures are quite high. It's no good for skiers, I'm well aware of that, but for sun lovers it really is good. 24 degrees in Malaga, 18 across in Athens, and for most of what was Yugoslavia, temperature now well above zero. It has been just a little while ago. For the second of those Five Nations matches in Paris, the conditions much the same as the rowing. Probably glorious sunshine up to about 13 degrees, and yet again a light wind. For most of us, the temperatures today stretch from about 14 in London, but generally 12, to about 8 up in Scotland, where it'll certainly feel cold because we've got quite a wind chill in something like a gale force southwesterly, certainly on the edge. Now, for most of England and Wales, that wind is light, not only today, but through tonight and probably into the first part of tomorrow as well. What's more, tonight we have that band of rain eventually pushing its way in across Scotland, down Northern Ireland into northern England. Touch of snow maybe on the rear flank of it. Fairly light rain for most of other places, possibly coming into the west coast as well. But where the cloud breaks down the southeast of England, or at least never gets here, we could just see a touch of frost. Generally a mild night through the whole of the middle of the country, except of course up into Scotland, we could see -1 degrees. So the belt of rain moves slowly southeastwards during tomorrow. Some heavy bursts, and if it will take a long time to get to it, won't get to the southeast till after dark. Much colder weather coming in behind, mainly light showers, but even some of those of snow.